Jungo. What a special honor and privilege it is to be here this evening in support of Miss Joy Harjo. When I was first elected principal chief, it really didn't sink in what a big deal it was until Joy contacted me and said she'd like to write a poem specifically for my inauguration. Only then I knew I had made it. Simply put, Joy is one of those celebrated citizens in the history of our nation. We are proud of her accomplishments, her significant influence in the fields of Native art and music, and her advocacy for Native people and youth across the globe. Joy continuously demonstrates her commitment to our communities and the advancement of our culture through participation in traditional and ceremonial events, and through creating opportunities for mentorship and arts education for our youth. Generations of young Mvskoke women will look up to her example and believe in their aspiration that their biggest dreams can come true. Her tenure as the U.S. Poet Laureate has exhibited the class, dignity, and the strength that we've come to know her through her arts and her advocacy. Her life's work has honored our Mvskoke language, culture, and traditions while connecting to the hearts and spirits of people around the world. Her writing, her music, and her legacy are a heartfelt of genuine telling of the Mvskoke condition and the values we hold as Mvskoke people.
A member of the Mvskoke Creek Nation, Joy Harjo grew up in Tulsa, where she attended local schools before enrolling at the Institute of American Indian Arts in Santa Fe, New Mexico for high school, where she joined one of the first all-native drama and dance troupes and traveled the Pacific Northwest with the Deep Roots Tall Cedar Show. Embodying the gifts of her ancestors, she began writing poetry with the University of New Mexico's Native Student Organization and went on to earn her MFA at the Iowa Writers Workshop. To date, Harjo has released more than a dozen award-winning poetry collections, memoirs, plays, children's books, and anthologies. Her numerous awards include the Academy of American Poets Leadership Award, NEA and Guggenheim Fellowships, PEN USA Literary and American Book Awards, and a Tulsa Artist Fellowship. As a musician and performer, she has produced multiple albums. Winding Through the Milky Way earned her a NAMI for Best Female Artist of the Year. She enjoys playing the saxophone and flute and jamming with bands and other musicians. Regardless of the medium or environment, Harjo is constantly searching for the answers to the questions surrounding life, love, and spirituality, always willing to share her findings and thoughts with others.
I think that's what artists do. I think artists are always rooting around and searching around in the land of why, those questions. As artists, we don't really answer the question. We explore the question. Like Leon Russell with his music. He wasn't saying this is the definitive. He's saying this is the realm in which I'm moving with others, and it's a really cool realm to hang out in. And like everybody else, we are trying to figure out what we're doing here, how we got here, why, how, and where we're going. Because artists are usually at the forefront of where we might be going. And that's why it's really important to have an open society that is respectful of other people's and other ways of thinking and being.
In June 2019, Harjo was named the 23rd Poet Laureate Consultant in Poetry to the Library of Congress, the first Native American and the first Oklahoman to hold the distinction. Appointed to 2 additional terms, her signature project, Living Nations, Living Words, featured the works of 47 Native Nations poets through an interactive story map and audio collection, in addition to an educator's guide and a companion anthology. Harjo continues to preserve and celebrate the stories of fellow natives, including as Chancellor of the Academy of American Poets, Chair of the Native Arts and Culture Foundation, and as Artist in Residence at the Bob Dylan Center. A mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and wife, Harjo resides in her hometown with husband Owen Sepulpa. Championing the art of poetry, soul talk as she calls it, fuels the days and dreams of Joy Harjo.
Mado, Joy, for all of you have done, it is my great honor to induct you into the Oklahoma Hall of Fame.
Wow. This is quite an honor, and I want to say thank you to the Oklahoma Hall of Fame and to the community. And I think my favorite part of this is hearing everyone else's stories. Anyway, I'm so honored to be, this is my home community, and to be of this place named Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a word that sings. Within the word are open vowels that allow breath, rivers, and winds to flow through this four-syllable word. Oklahoma is a promise of opportunity, and we are joined together. We're all relatives here. We're joined by the beauty here, the gifts, and the struggle. Each of us contributes to this story of this very complicated history of this state, these lands that we share. We are Ganajaga. We are Mother Earth. It is through the arts that I found my way. In the Tulsa public schools of my youth, we had arts education. Education was considered important and was generously funded. The arts were an essential part of all of our education. We all studied and created art, music, and theater. Because of this support, we students felt valued and knew that we were important to the community. We mattered. In childhood, I was surrounded by the Mvskoke art of my relatives who were painters, inspired by the country swing musicians who jammed at our house with my mother. Arts education in the public school built mental muscle and fed our spirits, and consequently the spirit of our community. This has taught me about the longer view. It is from these beginnings that we root and emerge to create a healthy society, one in which imagination can flourish, where diversity of culture and thought thrives. I'm not up here to tell my story, rather to inspire as others have inspired me, and I don't stand here alone. I'm a convergence of ancestral lines and stories. Some of these relatives are helpful, even from the other side. Some are rascals who like to cause trouble. And I want to acknowledge there are so many guardians, teachers, relatives, helpers, sharers of knowledge, my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. They are all our children. That's what the old people used to tell us. They are all our children. Friends, I'm so blessed to have friends here. I want to acknowledge the artists, the poets, the musicians who carry it forth, and especially those from Oklahoma. I don't have time to name all of them, but I want to say especially thank you to the caretakers of this honor. Mado, to my husband, Owen Sepulpa, who helped me bring it all home, to my sister who's here, to my Mvskoke people, who are my greatest inspiration. Mado, thank you so much for this, bringing me into this family.